everybody, it's Lauren, divided by sight, and today's video, is the 1 year anniversary of being on YouTube. Yay! If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for future videos and live streams. I do a live stream with Nicole, the Blind Mage, and writer Sam Wicker on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. I cannot believe it's been an entire year on YouTube.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. And my initial goal of, subscriber count when I started was, in a year it would be cool if I could hit 100 subscribers, because once you hit 100 subscribers, then you can create a custom URL for your channel. So instead of sharing like a 3-line words of text to share your channel, it's just youtube.com and it's your YouTube username, which is nice. It looks neater, looks more professional.
I know that.
Yeah, you go in the YouTube Studio settings and edit your homepage. And somehow 1 year I doubled that goal.
Yay!
I think that's why for the end of this year my goal is to get to 500, and it seemed like a lot of subscribers seemed really daunting, but I am like a third away getting halfway to that goal.
People like your content.
I know, which I think that's still surprising me, because when I first started the channel, I didn't know what the channel would be about, and honestly, I didn't think anybody would like my content.
I think we all been there.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it took me 2 years to even start the channel, because 1, I didn't know what I was doing, and 2, again, that imposter syndrome that there's gonna be somebody out there that's better than me and, can make their channel a success overnight. That it took me 2 years to basically get my ass in gear and say, alright, no more self-doubt, just do it!
Do it! You have to do it!
And it's funny because I think I originally thought that my channel was going to be a gaming channel. And I think that inspired talking about gaming and accessibility. And then my channel evolved in talking about accessibility and, growing up, being blind. And it still kind of has that, but I definitely feel it definitely has a writing niche now.
Can you imagine if you stopped the gaming? Alright, today we're gonna see how many times it takes me to get to the next level. 5 hours later.
Like a day later. I'm not the best gamer, and that's okay. There are people on YouTube that have been gaming their whole life or just master gamers.
Aw, thanks.
People that do video game content. And now it's kind of transpired into writing, so doing writing sprint streams, reading poetry, promoting books that I've written. I would like to do a series promoting other books that I've read that I love.
Phantom!
And I still don't know if I just want to do a overall review of saying what the book is and the synopsis and giving my thoughts, because I've learned doing the blog that when I try to do book reviews, I give too much away.
I mean, another thing I see VOD videos of is doing book reads, reading the books and posting chapters.
Yeah, and that's something that me and you discussed doing for the Enchanting Tales podcast too.
Yep.
It's crazy to think that in a year I co-wrote a book with Nicole.
Yay!
Called Haunted the Immortal Kiss, which will be book 1 in a trilogy.
Oh, that's the plan. There might be more.
I don't hear this. I help Nicole publish a book of her own poems.
Yep, called Shadow Best, so maybe loading. That might be repost.
And this month, during the month of April for Poetry Month, I published a collection of poems called Ignited Melodies, a book of poetry, and all 3 books are on Amazon. I think the goal going forward is to publish at least one item a year, or whether it be a short story, an anthology, which we'll talk about in a minute, a book of poems, or a novel, at least once a year. That way we keep putting out content. So I saw on YouTube that a booktuber by the name of Orla, I think I just butchered her name, but anyways, she did a audio book anthology for YouTube where people could submit either like a poem or short stories that were 5 minutes long. And I really like the idea of building that community of creativity and promoting each other's work and getting the word out there of like, oh, here's something I wrote, but look at this other author, look at what they wrote.
Oh, look me.
So I had the idea of doing a fantasy themed anthology called Realm of Enchantments, and it will be art, poem, short stories, and songs featuring fantasy or mythical creatures. And the publication date for that will be April of next year. And I'm so surprised that I got a lot of people that seem interested in submitting to it. So as I said before, I think battling with depression and anxiety and self-esteem issues kind of ties hand in hand with my writing. I think in my writing journey that I've always second guess or doubt what I write, and then that kind of leads into procrastination, so I don't want to write. But I really gotta applaud Nicole. I think getting a full novel out there where people seem to really enjoy it has definitely helped, and it definitely makes me want to write more stories. And so as a reminder to keep writing, and also as a birthday gift to myself, I'm getting another tattoo. And it's a quill with butterflies. And that way it's something I can remind myself of, like, keep pushing, don't doubt yourself. You did it once, you can do it again.
Aww.
And also, I just forgot that I wrote a short story, which is not something I am good at doing because I overwrite, and I'll tend to take a short idea and expand it to like 3/4 that length. It just needs to be polished, and then I can get that out there as well. Another thing I was thinking of is that with writing, sometimes what you think the intent will be or what you think people's reaction will be is totally different. So usually when I upload me reading poems that I've written, they do well, but they don't do well with other videos. Until I read Phantom's Flight, and I'm like, cool, poetry's getting recognition, yes! And then I read the comments, and then it was like, light bulb. So for some reason, members of the blind community on YouTube are pairing that poem with me talking about my blindness, and that wasn't my intent with the poem at all. That's really cool, but Nick will tell you, it was really just like a love letter from me to the person, basically the person that wrote the play and the musical and then the book, or just anything related to fandom that's out there, because I love the play so much. So another thing that happened this year is that Nicole and I created a website for our books and blog, and it's enchantingtale.net. And I really would like to either use that as a branching off point or even use that in itself to create our own publishing company. And I think that would be a really cool way to pay it forward to those that are disabled that want to be creative or those that want to write and are finding a hard time getting their foot in the door. Because a lot of time I've gotten so much feedback from editors or proofreaders saying like, you have too many mistakes. Okay, I'm blind. I am using assistive technology to help me write this. It's not going to be perfect. And you just have to accept that.
Or on the other hand, where you say they fix it, and it's not until someone in your book you're like, there's still problems here. You're like, that little bastard.
But again, you didn't see it or you didn't catch it. You can only catch so much when something is reading it to you.
Right.
And you're not using your eyes to visually look at it and read it. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it wasn't too long. I had a lot to say. I'm very grateful that I ignored my own doubts and just did it. I think that's the best thing that you could take away from the video.
Everyone's awesome. Everyone's cool when you're part of the team.
No. When I can finish it.
Nope.
Everything is awesome. You're living on a dream. Now that's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of the day. Great.
You're welcome.
I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you learned something new about me from it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for future videos and live streams. And as always, find a way to be creative today. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!